But watch this video. This happened in Yoruba land to Yoruba son, somebody that will never get justice. You know, he won't get any justice, but it will continue to happen as long as those criminals parading themselves as your leaders, if they don't change their way of telling the truth to those they are meeting up there that we are done for, we are no longer interested in Nigeria, until they begin to chant that, not for their political gain, right? You will continue to witness this. Watch this video, and I'll go and take a tea break, and I'll be back afterward. Let's start. Sorry, Mr. Chairman. I decided to play that video back for everyone because that was Lagos. It's not even outside Lagos. So some of you who are in Lagos right now feeling safe because of, feeling safe, defending Boko Haram, looking forward to 2023 for your Jagawiri, the Jaga bandits of Lagos. They are close to you. If you don't have any recent memory of how much of them are around you, ready to cause, serious arson and then killings, take a look at what happened in Fagba during the NSAS protest. When the NSAS protesters called off this protest off the street, a day or two after that, these guys grouped themselves and they started attacking shops in Fagba area of Lagos State. Those are the ones living in your cities. Whenever Boko Haram run out of cash, whenever they run out of supplies, they will send their guys into the towns in northern Nigeria to go and rob, dispensaries, to go and rob clinics, to go and rob shops for food, to go and rob banks for money. So these guys will begin to do that too. And Lagos seems to be a viable one. So nobody is safe. As those in Shaki, Ibarapa, as they are hoping that Amotekun will defend them, at least protect them from the already living, we used to call them the invaders. They are no longer invaders. These guys have settled down in some of those forests where many of you are chasing luxury and chasing a life in Lagos, in Ibadan, in Ondo, in all your cities. These guys are already settling down in your forest. 1,742 Fulani bandit camps, terrorist camps in Yoruba land. Oh boy, we can call them their names, right? But these guys are going legit behind you, and they are forcing legitimacy. What does that mean? These guys are appointing Seriki. Do you know part of the report that Miyetiala gave for the operation of Amotekun in that axis in Oyo State was that Amotekun attacked the village head, the Seriki village head. Oh boy, Seriki village head. Okay. Inside which forest? From which history did we have a Seriki Fulani Fulani in Yoruba land, and not even far from Oyo State, Oyo Kingdom, where, if you know the history of Oyo, warriors, Oyo was so powerful, conquered almost everywhere, that the area of Nokakanfo to Alaafin cannot live in the same town with Alaafin. They have to go and give him a town, which is now today Ibadan. So, Oyo land, which I believe cut across all those Ibarapa area and all of that area, is now being controlled by Fulani. 4 local governments in Oyo State, 4 local government areas, Shaki, Okeogun, Ibarapa areas. They are now under the command as the threat of Fulani bandits. So they came, they said, well, these guys were doing vigilante work. They were protecting the people. Which people? They are protecting Seriki Fulani. Which Seriki Fulani? Seriki Fulani of where? Fulani land, in Yoruba land. How? I wish my brother, Adeyinka Grandiot, will probably do something about that. And it will tone down his fixation on Igbos in Yoruba land. Because I am yet to see any Igbo group to take over any land in Yoruba land. and say they are providing security for Yoruba. I am here to see them, except for our brothers who sold their land. And you can, they are even doing it legitimately. Igbos will come to you. They will give you money. They will buy your land. They will build whatever they want to build on the land. You watch them make money from their commercial investment on the land. That is legit. Fulani men should come in and ask you for land. Sell them. There are people who are selling their land. So many people have sold their family inheritance and all of that. But when you see them on Facebook, they are the loudest. Yoruba land is our land. You have to leave our land. Baba, calm down. Okay? At least you get land. Are you sure you get land? Your family land. You still know where your family land is. Are you sure your uncles in the village have not sold them? Or are you sure Fulani have not taken it over and renamed the place, created their own new towns? Are you sure? 1,742 illegal Fulani camps in Yoruba land. Fact, go check it. And this figure, this fact, is now haunting everybody because we now have it on good authority that 4 local governments in Oyo State. I don't know how many local governments in Ekiti State is going through the same thing. I don't know how many local governments in Ogun State. Because if you go to Ogun State, Yewa side of Ogun State, which is Ogun West Senatorial District, they will tell you a lot about Fulani terrorists, right? Killing the farmers on their ways to farm. But because Ogun State is controlled by, by APC, they will kill the news. And those of you who try to make it an issue, you're probably going to get disappeared. We don't know how many of these, local governments that are now in control of Fulani terrorists in Lagos State. It shock you. They are there too. People will burn down local government. So I want to pretend that you didn't know the story. Let me search for it. In Lagos State, where your Jaga bandit, the Jaga Wiri, the Jaga addict of Lagos, your 2023 Bokwari. Let me even show you his picture. They sent me his picture from Paris, where he's recovering. Let's see if I put that up. And let me go and check the story. Your 2023 Bokwari is recovering from whatever God knows ailment in Paris right now. Okay. So, Fulani Okada riders born local government secretariats in Lagos. The story is out there. So you have them also in your Lagos State. We may not, Iyanopaja. This happened in Iyanopaja, February 2020. Remember the story? They say Hausa youth goes on Hausa youth go on rampage. Set Lagos State local government, Lagos local government office ablaze. That's where Jaga bandit, the Jaga Wiri, the Jaga idiot, the Jaga thug of your Lagos comes from. So they are everywhere. But it is now up to you to know if you want to accept that reality. Because they are in Iyanopaja, they are in Fagba, they are everywhere. They are like the sleeping cells. So when they need to burn things down, you will be shocked that that's your Okada rider. The same Okada you are sitting on, you are actually sitting on a pump action gun that is always ready whenever they receive the alert. We have 4 local governments verified in Oyo State, now in command and control of these terrorists who have now been confirmed to be, no, they are not terrorists. They are vigilantes. Really? Vigilantes protecting who? Protecting Seriki Fulani and all the Fulani settlers. Who sold them the land? Maybe somebody should send that memo to Adeyinka and say, Adeyinka, Fulani have Seriki in Oyo, outland of Yoruba land, where Allah is not far from. That what are we going to do about it? Because Fulani are now vigilantes in Yoruba land, not Agbekoyas. So maybe we can he can talk to his other Yoruba jihadist groups too, to back down, like Murik and the rest of them, and realize that they are gone and they are done for too. But not all of us will go down that route. So maybe if someone tells him, Olatunji Babatunde, thank you so much for your super sticker. Quickly acknowledged. Did you understand that? Did you? Because it is now what Yoruba calls Makon Makon. Makon Makon. The last time they killed the daughter of Afenifere, a Yoruba socio-political or socio-political leader. Afenifere, Papa Soranti, you remember his daughter, Mrs. Olufunke Arakunrin. She was murdered, killed by the Fulani bandits. But they changed the story because Jaga bandit, the Jaga Wiri, the Adeyinka grandiose political godfather, or because that one won't ever be Yoruba leader anyway. He went there to commiserate with Papa Soranti, 90 years old man. He went there and he was talking to the journalist, said, where are the cows? You need to give Tifnumbu cows for him to believe that any Fulani terrorist commit any crime or has committed any crime against anyone in Yoruba land. You want him to lose his own feeding bottle too, like Atiku. They have to force Atiku to start living in Dubai after taking as much as possible of his own feeding bottles from him. So Alaye wanted to keep his own feeding bottle, which is Lagos. Lagos, the one that is God. Well, I don't want to go there. He went to Ondo. He said, where are the cows? Show me the cows. Maybe the cows killed the person. That's the leader. Now, you now have the cows guiding you in Yoruba land. Not far from Alaafin of Oyo. They killed Adara of Adara Kingdom, a paramount ruler in southern Kaduna. A paramount ruler. You know what paramount ruler means? For those of you who love heritage, who love tradition in Yoruba land, like myself, I love tradition. It's just that they have turned our tradition to politics now. You know what I'm talking about? We now have political obas. You know, we now have Jeng obas. When you serve as political advisor to the political criminals, whenever there is a vacancy in your village, they can quickly just turn you to a royal father. You become a king. We have them everywhere. And that is why they can't speak. They can't speak with any voice because they are not the voice of gods anymore. You know what I'm talking about? To all of you who love tradition, who love Yoruba tradition so much, I think you will agree with me. You will agree with me that before you lose it all, maybe there's still a chance. Maybe there's still a chance to redeem ourselves. I'm talking to you now as a brother. You can deny, you can underplay it, you can see this as well, it's not, but it will soon become the serious issue that many of you, as exposed, as well-traveled, as learned as you are, you will not be able to handle it. And I love to warn people ahead. It's already here with us. You count them by, you use statistics and imagine the rest of it. 4 local government areas. 4 local government areas in a state. People live there. Even if they even if they report the case as isolated cases, oh, this happened here, this happened there. Put Yoruba land all together, you have a population of over 60 million people. And you have political parties in that same Yoruba, represented by Yoruba people. Yeah. And here we are. The last time I called, I said, maybe they should even call themselves and do what is called. Sorry about that, yeah. They should call something called the their own regional security summit. There is fire on the mountain. There is one. And I don't see that happening. Maybe eventually everybody will have to defend themselves. Maybe that's what it will lead to. But again, the theory of defend yourselves, when you don't have the political will to defend yourselves, right, is shallow and stale. And I'll tell you, how would you defend yourselves when those who are coming to attack you are under the supervision and guidance of those who are supposed to protect you from them? Then how do you protect yourself from them? Because they have the capacity to disarm you before you get attacked. And if there's any gun or any other weapon left in your care, when you get attacked, that you use to defend yourself, they will come back. They will come back again to mop them up. So how would you defend yourself against marauders that are state-sponsored? Again, it is up to you. Someone said, Maiyegun, spend more of your time telling people how to divide Nigeria. Maybe you have not been listening. Maybe you have comprehension problem. But don't worry. As long as you have the time to listen to me, you will still understand this better. If it is so difficult for you, that the mission is to ensure that when Nigeria will break up, the job is being done already by Buhari. He is doing a great job. Nigerians have never been so divided. Nigerians have never been so publicly, deride their own country. It has never been this bad, right? People have pretended for so long. But in 5 years, Buhari is doing a great job. Look at us. It's so easy to let people know that something that hasn't worked for 60 years, there's no chance. Looking at what you have now and the future, there's no chance that it's going to work. So Buhari is doing the job. But if they are going to continue to kill people who are now making that demand, it is upon us, those who see through that, to educate people who are going to ignorantly defend a country that is put together to destroy them. If you have comprehension issue, if you want me to probably break it down better for you, that's why you should continue to watch Maiyegun. It is all about destroying a system that is about to destroy, or the system that is destroying you. And that's why I support Omoyele Sowore. I support Sowore 1,000,000% unshaken, unquestionable, non-conditionally, because it is the right thing to do. A system or any campaign that is charged towards destroying and dismantling a system that will never make you live up to your potential, no matter how much you try, it will never allow you to do that. Any campaign, any movement that enlightens, emboldens, and encourages people to stand up and challenge that and break it, I will support that. That's why I support Nnamdi Kanu too. Okay, 1,000,000%, unshaken, unconditionally. And you see these two guys. Some guys wrote me when I said this the last time. Maiyegun, you cannot be saying that. That is blah blah. I was like, well, it's up to you. You see these two guys, they can never do any wrong in my own eyes, as long as their pursuit of justice is to break the rotten establishment that turns you to a terrorist for asking for a good country, that turned you to a terrorist for asking that you are tired of Nigeria, you want to leave. Meanwhile, the terrorists that are killing you are being honored, rehabilitated, and paid. So any campaign, any group, enlightenment group, awareness group, sponsored, paid for, voluntary, that is out to destroy that system, that makes you a terrorist in your own country, for those who want Nigeria, that makes you a terrorist for asking to have your own country. Any system that supports that should be destroyed. It doesn't matter who is leading it, who is heading it. And that is why I will support these guys. When if the group and the campaign to change the system and possibly entrench a constitutional change that will indeed acknowledge your presence as a people, that says you agree to be part of that country, except that is done, because I believe when that is done, it will be easier to have a conversation around a referendum. That's what I believe. But if you have another way of your own belief, I will respect it. I do. That's one thing people should learn. That you disagree with people, that you don't like their approaches than yours, shouldn't make you hate them. Just question what you actually believe in. And maybe you will find the truth that shows that you are all fighting for the same thing. It's fighting for one Nigeria. You are fighting for the breakup of Nigeria. So if you agree that it's going to fail, then you should go and succeed. Break it up. Break Nigeria. Do it. Did you get that now? Let everybody play his own role. As long as you are not in support of a system that actually led to all of this in the first place. Destroy that system, you will fix the problem that is either keeping you in Nigeria or making you want to leave Nigeria. It's not hard. But if you have comprehension problem, I don't know how old you are, deal with it. Okay? And hopefully you will get better in the long run. Let's go back to that northern Nigeria, Kano to Maradi rail line. Let me give you this pictorial illustration to give you an idea of what I was talking about all this while, okay? You see that area, circled. Those are the areas where the southern Nigeria falls into, and partly northern Nigeria falls into. The circled area, right, where if Nigeria invests that $2 billion they want to invest in that desert, that has never added anything from here, from this Kano to Maradi, is like transporting, God knows what they will be transporting. Maybe the terrorists, maybe the children they will be using for elections, or whatever they will be transporting through that route. It is not commercially beneficial to that Nigeria, that the rest of this larger part. You see that larger part of that map, that bigger part, uncircled part, yeah? That is the area where the parasite lives. Those are the areas where they don't contribute anything meaningful to Nigeria, but they take the larger chunk of whatever comes into this center, Abuja, from Nigeria. But they won't invest in the area that actually, you know, they say the goose that lays the golden egg. So they won't do anything here. But you see that money they will spend in constructing bridge, I mean, constructing a rail line and road to Maradi in Niger Republic, yeah? This circled area, the people living in this circled area, they are those that will pay the money. I hope that makes sense to you. If it doesn't, I'll try next time. So thank you so much, everyone, for your time this afternoon.